I'm supposed to get a vasectomy when this is my male heir? Look at him. How about the fact that I hate my son? I'll fucking smash his fucking face in. All I know is it's a good thing my father's not alive, because let me tell you, he'd find this fucking hilarious. The kind of son I produced.
Imagine being born as Tony Soprano's son. From the outside, that sounds like privilege. You live in a big house, your family has money and food always on the table. You have a father that everybody fears and a last name that makes people look twice when they hear it. But inside the house, it's not all sunshine and flowers. Because you are growing up under a man everyone treats like power itself, and every time he looks at you, you can feel him searching for something that is missing. You can feel that you are not the son he pictured. You can feel it in the way he stares at you across the room, in the way his voice changes when you say something wrong, in the way he talks about you like your softness is some personal insult to him. And it is not only Tony. Your mother has her version too. She wants you to be responsible. She wants you to be grateful. She wants you to understand how lucky you are, because look at this house, look at this life, look at everything you were given. She wants you to be normal. So your father looks at you and sees weakness. Your mother looks at you and sees wasted opportunity. And you are stuck in the middle, trying to become a person for two people who keep being disappointed by the person you already are. That is the part people miss with AJ. He is annoying, yes. He is lazy sometimes. He says stupid things. He complains in a house most people would kill to live in. But imagine what it feels like when every version of yourself gets rejected before it can even become real. You say something you think sounds serious and everyone treats it like a phase. You care about something for 5 minutes and they look at you like you are wasting their time. You try to be sensitive and it sounds weak. You try to be tough and it sounds fake. You try to care about something and it sounds stupid to them. You try to speak like you understand the world and everyone looks at you like you should stop embarrassing yourself. After a while, you start to feel like there is no correct version of you, like every version of you is wrong, before it even has a chance to grow. There is only the version your father mocks, the version your mother worries about, and the version everybody else laughs at. So you become the failure son of a mob boss. That is a very specific kind of humiliation. Because your father is not just some angry dad, he is Tony Soprano. Men move around him carefully, they lower their voices. They laugh when he laughs, they fear his anger like weather. And you are his son, sitting at home, unable to even become intimidating in the shadow of a man who terrifies grown adults. So when Junior shoots Tony, AJ is not just watching his father almost die, he is watching the whole fantasy of manhood in his family come alive in front of him. Somebody hurts your father, and some part of you starts wondering if this is finally the moment where you are supposed to become what everyone kept implying you were missing. So Tony is in the hospital now. The shooting has moved from the house into this cold waiting space where everyone is standing around with bad coffee, tired faces, and no real control over anything. And AJ walks into that room already behind. He is young, scared, confused, and surrounded by adults who know how this is supposed to look. They know the tone, they know the face, they know the kind of grief people respect. AJ gives them something else. He looks blank, a little distant, almost like his mind arrived slower than his body did. And Carmela sees that. She is terrified, exhausted, and angry, and all of it has nowhere clean to go, so it lands on him.
Oh, Jesus God, Anthony, everybody is pitching in here, but yeah, I wish you would go to class if this is all you're gonna do.
She starts bashing him because, in that moment, AJ's reaction feels like one more thing she has to carry. Tony might die, Meadow is emotional, the family is breaking open, and her son is standing there giving her nothing she can hold on to. So she reads the blankness as indifference. That is the first wound of this scene. AJ is watching his father possibly die, and even his shot becomes something he is doing wrong. Because that is how it is with him. He can be in pain, but if the pain comes out in the wrong shape, everyone treats it like proof that there is nothing underneath. And then Rosalie says it even colder.
It's just that AJ is a selfish boy who doesn't give a shit.
This is something that is so easy to say from the outside. She sees a kid who is not crying the right way, not speaking the right way, not performing the panic everyone expects from a son, and she decides she has found the truth inside him. But how would she know? How does anyone measure that from a face? Some people cry because the pain has somewhere to go. Some people freeze because it has nowhere to go yet. And AJ is the kind of kid people are already prepared to misunderstand. If he talks, he is stupid. If he stays quiet, he is empty. If he reacts too much, he is dramatic. If he reacts too little, he does not care. So there he is, in the hospital, surrounded by people who are grieving Tony, while quietly judging how Tony's son is grieving him. His father is dying, and now he has to choose a way to grieve because people don't accept the way he does it. AJ has spent his whole life feeling like the wrong son, and now, in the worst moment of his family's life, even his fear is being graded. Then AJ finally gets a moment alone with him. There is no hallway full of adults or his mother watching his face or people like Rosalie standing there deciding what he feels from the outside. Just AJ and Tony in the hospital room, with the machines doing all the talking Tony cannot do. This is where the blankness starts to break. Because AJ does care. You can see it in the way he stands there, almost uncomfortable in his own body, like he has no idea what a son is supposed to do beside a father who might die. Because what would you and me do different? Maybe some of us would cry more, or whatever way each of us has to grieve. But let's be honest, it's not like we are supposed to know how to react in such situation. Everyone is living life for the first time, and so is AJ in this situation. I noticed that he looks younger in this scene. All the attitude is gone. All the lazy sarcasm is gone. There is nobody here to impress, and nobody here to disappoint. He is just a scared kid standing beside the bed of the man who has made him feel small his whole life. Because even now, even with Tony unconscious, AJ still seems like he is trying to figure out how to be the right kind of son. He cannot fix the wound or wake Tony up. He cannot understand the medical language, or the family politics, or what this will mean for everybody if Tony never comes home. So he reaches for the only language this family has ever made look powerful: revenge.
You're my dad. And I'm gonna put a bullet in his fucking mummy head. I promise.
That line sounds childish because it is childish. But it also hurts because it is AJ trying to turn fear into something his father might recognize. He is not making a real plan here. He is trying to give his grief a shape. If he cannot be useful by crying in the hallway, maybe he can be useful by promising violence in a hospital room. If he cannot be the son Tony wanted every day, maybe he can become that son for one moment by saying the kind of thing he thinks a soprano man is supposed to say. AJ finally breaks down when nobody is watching, because his pain was never a performance. It was just trapped inside a kid who had no idea where to put it. So he puts it where his family taught him to put pain. He points it at somebody. Later, Tony is well enough to take AJ fishing. They are out on the boat chilling, having a normal father and son day. Tony burps, AJ forces one back, and it is stupid, but it is also exactly how AJ tries to connect with him. He copies the small things because the bigger things are too hard to understand. Then, in the middle of that quiet, he brings up Junior again.
So, Uncle June.
He pauses before saying it, like he already knows the question is going to change the air.
What are we gonna do about him?
The promise he made beside Tony's bed was not some empty, dramatic thing he said because people were around. Nobody is around here, and AJ is still thinking about it. He still wants to know what happens when someone hurts your father. Tony answers like he is trying to close a door without making too much noise.
He's incarcerated for the rest of his unnatural life. So fuck him. He's a walking corpse.
In Tony's mind, that should settle it. The threat is gone, the old man is destroyed, and AJ should stay far away from the part of the family where things get answered. But AJ pushes one more inch.
Yeah, but Dad, what he did to you.
AJ is asking like a son who has been trying to understand the rules of his father's world. All his life, he has watched men around Tony treat insult, disrespect, and injury like things that have to be answered. He has heard the language without being given the full meaning. He knows just enough to feel that doing nothing means something. So Tony finally tells him where the wall is.
So there's nothing for you to worry about.
He says it like protection. AJ hears something colder. He is hearing his father say that this is his world, not yours, and that becomes the wound AJ keeps carrying. He is weak when he stays outside it, ridiculous when he tries to step into it, and still expected to somehow understand what being Tony Soprano's son is supposed to mean. On the boat, Tony thinks he is keeping AJ safe by shutting the subject down. AJ is sitting there learning that even his need to defend his father belongs to a language he is not allowed to speak. And now AJ finally walks into the world he has been circling around this whole time. He goes to Junior's facility with a knife under his jacket, trying to carry himself like this is the moment where he stops being the disappointment. For once, AJ is reaching toward the thing his father understands. In his mind, it's simple. Somebody hurt my father, and as a son, I am supposed to do something.
Anthony! My nephew.
Junior is so gone that he thinks AJ is young Tony. AJ walks in trying to become his father, and Junior looks up and mistakes him for exactly that. For 1 second, AJ gets the image he was chasing. and then the knife drops. The fantasy falls with it. And when they grab him, all he can do is yell the only sentence he has been holding on to. By the time Tony gets him outside the police station, he is already furious, because at first, all he can see is the danger AJ almost brought onto himself. He is thinking his son just risked throwing away his life in one stupid second. So Tony grabs him and screams because panic comes out of him as anger.
You realize what's gonna happen to you?
That is how Tony knows how to love when he is scared. AJ throws the reason back at him.
Tony shot you! You just gonna let him fucking get away with it?
And Tony says,
I told you that's my business, not yours!
Tony's business has never stayed only Tony's business. It pays for the house AJ lives in. It shapes how people look at his family. It follows them everywhere. It makes Tony powerful outside the house and terrifying inside it. But the second AJ tries to act inside that world, Tony shuts the door in his face. Then Tony says the line that cuts through the whole scene.
I guess your heart was in the right place, AJ. It's not in your nature.
And AJ hears it like another failure. Because AJ has spent his life feeling like he is missing the thing Tony wanted in a son. Toughness, violence, courage, whatever invisible Soprano quality everyone keeps measuring him against. Now he finally tries to reach for it, and Tony tells him even that does not belong to him.
You don't know me. You don't know anything about me.
Everyone thinks they know AJ. Lazy, spoiled, weak, and useless. The kid who never reacts right, never says the right thing, never becomes the person his parents are waiting for. But nobody has really sat inside the confusion of being him. Nobody has really felt what it is like to grow up under Tony Soprano and keep guessing what kind of man would finally make him proud. AJ did not come here because he was strong. He came here because he was lost. He came here because he loved his father and reached for the only language this family kept making. So Tony tells him,
You're a nice guy, and that's a good thing, for Christ's sake.
AJ can barely take it because, coming from Tony, nice has always sounded dangerously close to weak, and he is right to think that, but in this case, that's not what Tony means. Tony has spent years mocking the softness in AJ, resenting it, treating it like the part of his son that came out wrong. Yet the second AJ shows even a small glimmer of the violence Tony understands, Tony hates every second of it. Because deep down, this is the thing he loves in him. AJ is not built for that life. He is emotional. He is scared. He is too clumsy for cruelty. In Tony's world, that makes him useless. Standing outside that police station, it also makes him precious. AJ throws the Godfather back at him, and he is right to do it.
Well, you're a fucking hypocrite. Because every time we watch Godfather, when Michael Corleone shoots those guys in the restaurant, those assholes who tried to kill his dad, you sit there with your fucking bowl of ice cream, and you say it's your favorite scene of all time.
And that is when Tony says one of the most honest things he ever says to AJ.
Jesus Christ, AJ. You make me want to cry.
Underneath it, he is overwhelmed. He is looking at his son and realizing AJ really believed this. AJ really thought the movie logic, the revenge logic, the Soprano logic, all of it somehow pointed him toward that room with Junior. And Tony cannot stand it. Because AJ is standing there broken, trying to explain himself with the only references he has, and Tony sees how far the confusion went. That line is Tony's frustration, his fear, and his love all coming out wrong at the same time. AJ makes him want to cry because some part of Tony knows this kid was trying to become something Tony helped teach him to worship. Because Tony gave him mixed signals his whole life. Violence is shameful when AJ reaches for it, but legendary when Tony watches it on a couch with ice cream. Revenge is childish when AJ says it out loud, but beautiful when Michael Corleone does it in a restaurant. AJ absorbed the mythology like a kid would, with no understanding of the cost. And Tony is staring at the result. His son tried to love him by becoming dangerous. And Tony, for once, cannot hide from what that means.